Kansas City, Missouri. Home to over 450,000, average income $45,000 a year, 17% of residents below the poverty level, 5% unemployment rate. But it's also home to the Troost Divide, a dividing line between two worlds, the rich and the poor, the haves and the have-nots. To see this for ourselves, we drove down 55th Street from Ward Parkway to across the Troost Divide to see the difference a mile can make.
So Troost Divide is interesting for me because there's a real divide. Troost is a street that goes all the way from the river all the way to South Kansas City. So it's a real thing, but also you have to think about the Troost Divide being a psychological divide. This city has a long history where the racial separation has been along that divide. And even though that's melting away in a physical space, psychologically it's still there.
When the Kansas City Plaza was created, the J.C. Nichols Corporation orchestrated a white flight from the east of Troost. Panic selling and blockbusting occurred. Whites left, sealing the deal on the racial divide.
So if you're driving down 55th Street, what you'll see is going through areas where the life expectancy in the wealthier part, which is actually the west side, are up above 80 years. And you get to the east side of 55th Street, and you can have life expectancies down in your 60s. So within the space of a mile, you can go 15 years off of an average person's lifespan, which is tremendous. This is an American problem. So some people think of segregation as happening in the South. And certainly you can see this in cities like Atlanta or Houston or Dallas. But certainly you see it in cities like Cincinnati, Boston, New York, Chicago, and here in Kansas City.
Is there a solution, large or small scale, that can kind of fix this?
So I think on the large scale, what we need to think about is policies that allow for people to remain in their communities. We see gentrification where wealth is coming into neighborhoods, buying up houses, buying up property, and driving people, particularly people on fixed incomes, out of their homes. So we need to think about policies where it makes it sensible for people to stay, lowering their property taxes or fixing their property taxes. But on a micro level, what it really takes is something as easy as walking down the street and going to a local restaurant in a part of town you haven't been in, and bringing your friends along and doing it regularly.
The Troost Divide is one example of a larger problem. All across America, your zip code is a determining factor of your opportunity. But we have a chance to change that. Be a part of the change and help to break down these psychological barriers.